welcome to the Rev Fishing channel.
Today we will share information about around the sea world.
Let's explore the sea.
Special characteristics of catfish. It is striking that catfish do not have scales, but there are a number of species, families, whose bodies are armored with bone plates. Characteristic are also the barbels around the mouth of the catfish, which are not only used for orientation but also have taste buds. The mouth opening mostly points downwards, so that the animals can take in food from the ground easily. Many catfish are also equipped with thorns in front of the pectoral fins and dorsal fin, which are supposed to protect them from predators. Catfish are characterized by a heavy head and a reduced swim bladder, so that they are optimally adapted to life on the bottom of a water body. They have what is known as accessory respiration. If a catfish swallows air, it absorbs additional oxygen via the intestines. The natural habitat of the catfish. About 3,800 species of catfish, divided into at least 40 families, are currently scientifically described worldwide. However, new species are added every year and it is currently assumed that many thousands of catfish. Catfish are mainly found in fresh water, but there are also species that live in coastal waters. The highest diversity is found in South America, followed by Asia and Africa, which means that many different species are found there. However, catfish are also among the fish that have discovered caves for themselves and successfully colonized them. Catfish in an aquarium. Not all catfish species are suitable for aquarium keeping. Some specimens simply become too large, such as the European catfish can grow to an impressive 3 meters long. Therefore it is important to find out exactly which length the adult catfish can reach before you buy it. It should also be noted that most catfish are active at dusk or at night. But there are also day-active specimens that can be observed well. The right food for catfish. The many different species of catfish make it difficult to make a general statement about the right food. In a natural environment, catfish eat everything they find on the ground: algae, small crabs, larvae and insect eggs. Catfish are mostly omnivorous. When keeping them in the aquarium, a combination of live food, frozen food, vegetable food and dry food is therefore recommended. Some loricariid catfish also need roots or wood and leaf material from various plants, from which they scrape off the biofilm that develops there. Catfish offspring in aquarium. The optimal conditions for breeding catfish are to be inquired individually depending on the species. A common feature of many species is that they use caves for spawning. Since many catfish also take care of their youngs, breeding them is easier. Decapsuled Artemia eggs or bosmids are recommended as breeding food, while herbivorous catfish are best fed dry food with spirulina. It is best to offer the fish a whole set of spawning burrows so that the catfish feel comfortable and the probability of successful breeding increases. Ideal aquarium conditions for catfish. When setting up an aquarium, it makes sense to make sure that the inhabitants fit together optimally with regard to the keeping conditions. It is therefore advisable to combine fish from certain regions that also live together in a natural environment. Size of the aquarium. The minimum size of an aquarium for catfish depends on species you want to keep. For smaller species like Otocinclin, the aquarium should hold at least 60 to 80 liters. For the popular blue antenna catfish, on the other hand, a tank with 80 to 200 liters water volume is already required. It is best to obtain information directly about the species you want to keep and then adjust the condition of the aquarium. As catfish prefer to be kept on the bottom, you should pay attention to a large floor space. The right temperature in a catfish aquarium. When keeping catfish in aquarium, temperature and water hardness should be based on natural living conditions. The optimal temperature for irrigrid loricariid catfish is 24 to 26 degrees Celsius, but they can also be kept in the aquarium up to 29 degrees Celsius. Furthermore, Corydoras catfish are very popular for keeping in aquaria. The water temperature should be between 20 and 27 degrees Celsius. For example, the marbled Corydoras can be kept in cooler water from 20 degrees Celsius, while keeping 3-line Corydoras requires at least 24 degrees Celsius. Catfish need hiding places. For the installation of a catfish aquarium, sufficient hiding places are a mandatory requirement. Furthermore, breeding dens are absolutely necessary for the breeding of catfish. Hiding places can consist of different materials. 1. Caves and tubes. Caves and tubes made of clay are ideal hiding places and breeding dens. Clay has the advantage of not being watertight, unlike plastic caves, so that it can be exchanged with the surrounding water. This is especially important when breeding catfish, so that the oxygen content in the breeding caves is correct. For most catfish, caves with only one opening, which should be large enough to allow the catfish to swim in and out easily, are particularly suitable as breeding caves. 2. Roots and woods. In their natural habitats, catfish like to use roots as a retreat. Various types of wood and roots are offered for aquariums. When using bogwood, you should keep an eye on the pH value of the water, as it can drop due to the high tannic acid content of the wood. Mangrove roots are also suitable for a catfish tank, but these are much harder than bogwood. A biofilm is formed on all wood surfaces, which is grazed by rasping L catfish. Depending on the type or form of wood, roots offer a natural hiding place for your animals. 3. Slates. With caves and tubes made of clay in combination with slates, you can build unique hiding places for catfish. Make sure that the constructions are stable so that the fish cannot hurt themselves. Socialization of catfish. First of all, catfish should not be kept alone. At least one pair must be used when keeping L catfish. If the aquarium is large enough, even more. Optimal would be 10 or more fish, but at least 6 catfish of these species should live together in the aquarium.
Thanks for watching this video.
Don't forget to like,
Comment,
share,
and subscribe this channel.
see you later!